going to talk today about a book called Fry Bread. Fry Bread is week 2 of the Global Read Aloud for 2020. Global Read Aloud is a program that aims to unite the world with one book that children all over the world can read. And Normandale's participating too. So we're going to listen to the author talk today about why he wrote the book Fry Bread. And then we'll listen to the author read the book himself.
What kind of inspired you to write this book?
So I have a 7-year-old son. I also have a 4-year-old daughter. And when they were young, like babies, I was looking for books for them. And I was looking for native books. There was almost nothing that was out there. And only 6 of them were by or illustrated by native people. And I was really stressed out about this, right? Because it was saying, if we don't have these books that reflect us, doesn't mean that we're not here, that we don't exist, that we don't have anything interesting to say. There weren't any books that were featuring native kids that were your average children's book.
All right, Kevin,
So now you have a little bit of information from the author about why he wrote the book Fry Bread. Now let's listen to the author as he reads the book aloud to us.
I'm going to be reading Fry Bread, the book that I created with Juana Martinez-Neal, the illustrator, and I'm going to read this book to you for Global Children's Book Club. So let's get started. Fry Bread. Fry Bread, a Native American family story. Fry bread is food. Flour, salt, water, cornmeal, baking powder, perhaps milk, maybe sugar, all mixed together in a big bowl.
Now, the author is reading and talking about food as part of his culture. And culture and food are interlaced and intertwined. I want you to think about what's your own culture. What's a special food that's special to your family? Culture is a big word, and it's more than just food, but food can be an integral part of culture. I want you to listen to the author as he reads and think about, how does the author use fry bread as a way to describe his Native American culture?
Fry bread is shape. Hands mold the dough, flat like a pancake, round like a ball, or fluffy like Nana's softest pillow. Fry bread is sound. The skillet clangs on the stove, the fire blazes from below. Drop the dough in the skillet, the bubbles sizzle and pop. Don't miss this. That'll be important later. Fry bread is color. Golden brown, tan, or yellow, deep like coffee, sienna, or earth, light like snow and cream, warm like rays of sun. Fry bread is flavor. See beans or soup. Smell tacos, cheese, and vegetables. Delight in honey and jam. Rise to discover what brings us together. Now remember, I pointed to that wrist. Who is that? That's me. Fry bread is time. On weekdays and holidays, supper or dinner, powwows and festivals, moments together with family and friends. Fry bread is art, sculpture, landscape, portrait, our daily craft, shared from teacher to student, a cycle of heritage and fortune. Fry bread is history, the long walk, the stolen land, strangers in our own world. With unknown food, we made new recipes from what we had.
The author here is referring to a moment in history, which is a part of the culture of Native Americans here in the United States. There was a long walk that made Native Americans move from their traditional ancestry homes to what's called reservations. And they had to make fry bread out of the provisions that were given to them from the government. So there's a history lesson in this story too, that you may have to read over and over again to sort of learn it. But that is one way that the author is describing that food is so much more than food, that here food is like their story, their history.
Fry bread is place, Alaska, Kansas, all the way to Maine, down to Delaware, on to Georgia, over to Oklahoma, Colorado, and California. Cities and lands that we call home. Fry bread is nation. Abenaki, Apache, Arapaho, Ojibwe, Onondaga, Oglala Sioux, Narragansett, Navajo, Nipmuc, Seminole, Shoshone, Sac, and Fox. Hundreds and hundreds of tribes.
The author, he doesn't say it here, but he's a member of the Shoshone tribe from Oklahoma. So he's naming all the different Native American nations. And one of them is the one he belongs to, the one where he's from.
Fry bread is everything. Round, flat, large, small. North, south, east, west. Brown, yellow, black, white. Familiar and foreign, old and new. We come together. Fry bread is us. We are still here. Elder and young, friend and neighbor.
The author wanted to make that statement on that page because so often what we see are Native American people from long ago and far away. And his point of that message of that page was that Native American people are still here.
We strengthen each other to learn, change, and survive. Fry bread is you. Thank you for spending time with me for N is for Navo during this period of Global Children's Book Club. Next, on to your next letter, which is O.
We're not reading the Children's Book Club. We're reading the Global Read Aloud book. The book was chosen for both honored spots. I hope you enjoyed listening to Fry Bread, and I hope you might go home or turn around if you're at home and ask someone you live with, what's a part of the food of your culture? What's something that you could celebrate about that? And how is it so much more than just food? How does it represent the history of your family? Thanks for listening.